This is an introductory video documenting a series of interviews conducted by Seattle's KIRO Radio with members of the Arlington-based Financial Revival Group and My Own Bailout. The members are learning how to protect their interest in the face of underwater housing values and foreclosure using existing federal and state law, including state-sponsored mediation. In Washington, the numbers of affected homeowners is startling. The full interviews are hosted online.
You don't have to let the banks decide what's in the best interest of you. What you can do is you can figure out what makes the most sense for you, and then you can just take it.
So you heard the Financial Revival Group ad, and you contacted Howard Bono, and what was your experience with that?
I was shocked. I was just amazed. He showed us the program and said, here's all these different options. I mean, it wasn't all to walk away from your house. I mean, they would help with modifications. They'll help with anything. They were just there to help, and they were answering our questions, and they were sitting there. Everything was falling in line that said, this is where we need to be. This is what we need to be doing.
You're telling me apparently that the financial institutions never presented you with all the options that were there?
No. They even told us that they wouldn't help us until we didn't pay for 3 months. That makes no sense to me.
That is Financial Revival Group's paralegal Michelle Darnell at an October Seattle City Council candidate forum dedicated to Phyllis Walsh. Ms. Walsh committed suicide as she was attempting to renegotiate terms with the U.S. Bank on her deed of trust and mortgage. Now, the Financial Revival Group remains active in the community to network and to pool resources, to increase awareness and to educate. Now, here, Ms. Darnell presents a local member meeting educating newer members to the fact that they cannot trust the banks to assist them in any of these endeavors.
Trust their bank to help them. That's a mistake. The DPP is a temporary payment plan. And so by this time, you've been through a few months of this paperwork nightmare. And thank God you're going to get into a TPP. That's fantastic, right? Because if you get the TPP and you make 3 payments on time, you're supposed to get your modification. So I have had people who have made 19 TPP payments on time, only to find out at the last minute that the rug is pulled out from under them. They do not qualify for a modification. And oh, by the way, you have a sale date scheduled.
Chiefly, what is it that you do here?
Well, we are counselors basically for underwater homeowners. If you owe more on your house than your house is worth, the one thing that you found is that there's no single place that you can go to get a full spectrum of information about what's possible. What can I do? What can't I do? What can I get away with? What can I? Who can come after me? Who can't? What we do is we want to educate you about everything that's possible, what you can do, and we want to tell you the pros, the cons, the consequences, and the benefits, and let you then decide what makes the most sense for you. The best financial option for you. And for some people it really is. Let your house go to foreclosure, live in that thing as long as you possibly can, milk that system out, and use that opportunity. If your payment, for example, is $1,500 a month, and you live in your house free for 2 years without making a payment, it's over $30,000. What can you do with that money? How can you use that to change your life?
So we more or less look over the whole situation, and we do a 90-minute meeting. We call it a one-on-one. We meet with them and we sort of lay it out on the table what their various options are. We're not free, as housing counselors are free, and we're not quite as expensive as attorneys. But yet we have an attorney network so that if it starts to get a little messy, we can call in the attorneys at any point. And we do have a la carte services, like letters and whatnot, that we have attorneys available to draft in the event that we need those.
Right, so you help people marshal their resources to prepare for the war, be it mediation or full-on litigation.
Well, I feel like we sort of give people a quiver full of arrows, and when the time is appropriate for the given arrow, we pull it out.
I'm kind of at a point I want to retire. I've got medical issues and things, and we were just I looked at things and said, neither of us are ever going to be able to retire. We were so far under. Our house was over $150,000 under water, and we had bills. Banks tell you to, you can do whatever you want. Oh yeah, refinance, do this. Your house is worth this much, and so we got suckered into all of it. you feel stupid because you feel like, how stupid was I to listen to these banks and let them talk me into doing things I should have never done.
Are you feeling better and more relieved? Are you able to sleep better? What?
Yeah, I'm feeling more relieved that maybe there is an end to this tunnel and that we can maybe breathe in a year and feel comfortable, but it's a wait and see game. But Howard seems to, he's got such confidence and he's a brilliant man.
Is it harder in your view or easier going through this process with the financial group and Howard as opposed to doing it yourself?
Oh, I think I've talked to people that have tried to do it by themselves and it's a nightmare. Where with Howard, at least when we have questions, we've got someone to contact. You're just not out there flailing. Anytime we have a question, they're right there.
A quote by Gandhi, be the change you want to see. And so that's been sort of my mantra ever since.
Please note that as this video goes to production, Financial Revival Group has obtained in-house counsel with area attorney Jeff Jarrett. Attorney Jarrett will be the primary counsel, and members will also have access to other referral attorneys in the Financial Revival Group network.